Okay, so welcome back guys. In the previous episode we just made the login router and just made it work, and it was working. Right, if we check postman we had got a response. Let's wait for the server, by the way. And in today's video we will make a register, and if we get time we'll just move forward. So let's just start doing that. By the way, in yesterday's episode we just forgot to return the name as well as with username and token, so let's just do that. To do that, just do this. Name should be equal to, now we have all the data of the user, so we can just do user obj dot name. So that's all we should need to do. And by the way, if you have no idea what we are doing, that means you have not watched the previous video. I'll just link it to the description and just watch it. It will be a part of a playlist, by the way, so you can just watch the entire playlist if you want. So in this register route we need three things. We need the username, password and the name. So we'll just do the handling like we did before. I would basically just copy paste this. This was done in previous episode. So by the way, what this means, if there is no username or if there is no password, we'll just return a status of 400 with response of all fields are required in JSON format. And we need the name field also, so we just do this and do request.body.name. so if we don't have anything of this, it will just return all fields are required. So let's go below this and do const username. So this is basically a destructure in JavaScript. You can just destructure variables from objects. So username, password and name, we did that from request.body. And by the way, this happens only and only if this is not happening. Like if there is nothing provided, it will just return it. The function execution will stop at this point. The execution will not go even a line after that. So we have the username, password and name. Now what we have to do is check if there is some user with that username. So to do that, we need to connect to database. So we should make this async function, and let's make an object. So const user object should be user dot find one, and we need the person with the username as username. So writing this is equal to writing this, so we would just leave it as it is, and let's leave it here. And if there is a user, the object will contain something. So if user object, then I'll say the user exists. So I'll just make a little comment, user exists already. So I just need to do a return. We need to stop the execution of the script here. We don't want to get any further. So res.status and 400.json, and here I'll just do message all now are required. Here we go. And I'll just save it for a formatting. And let's try to mess around with this. Like we will just pass in the username which is already there. So we made a test user, so we will just change this to register. We will, in the body we will just go and pass nothing but only just the username, and let's see what happens. It should tell us that all the fields are necessary. So we'll just give password of test, and I need to give a comma here too, and name of test user. So if I send this, it is expected that this should say that this user already exists. So something's wrong. it should say this user already exists. This username is taken would be great. So let's try this now. Yeah, so this username is taken. By the way, we just made a mistake in, we just did all fields unnecessary here. That was wrong on my part. So as soon as we check, like at this point, at this point we know that there is no user with that username, so you can just go ahead and create the user. So to do that, we just do make a new object. So new user would be equal to new user, and this user is actually our model. So let's make this, and in here we can just provide whatever we want. So here we have the username, password and name. So username, password and name. And how are we doing this? It is because we are just because it is same as writing like this, so we are just doing like this. And by the way, you don't have to save it like this right now. First of all, what we want is the user should get logged in as soon as he registers. He doesn't need to log in again. Like we should not send a message that you need to log in again after just registering. So we will just generate a token right here, and then we will just forward it to the browser or our application. So here we will just do const token, which will be equal to gwt.sign. We will just pass the username. I think that's all, right? Oh yeah, we need to pass the salt. I forget it. So process.env dot whatever was here, so pass salt. So here we go, and let's just pass the token away. So token. So after doing that, we need to actually save the user. So to save the user, we do new user dot. So basically mongoose will create a new document with this object, because we have provided the new thing and we have passed all the things into this, and it will now save the document, which will actually go to the database. So now the new user is created. Now we need to just send a response. So that's so easy. So return rest.json. Now the status is 200, so we don't need to provide 200, but and 200 means okay. So we do not provide any status for this, because this is the default status. So we will just pass the username, name and token. So let's do this, and I'll just save this. Let's go back to Postman. I'll send this username is taken, so maybe test 123, no, maybe test user, and I'll just change my name to this, and let's try to do this. Okay, the username is taken, so maybe if I go ahead and LOL. Okay, so there's something wrong here. I thought this would work, but not empty maybe. No, that doesn't work here. Dot length, no. So basically we need to do something, because something is wrong here. So let's try to find out. Okay, so here we go. Actually this should be await. So let's do this, because we have an async function and we cannot just do it this without await. So just put this, and let's save this. Let's go here, let's create a user. We have an user. Let's try to create again with this user. This user is taken, so let's go to login. You know, just let's make a new tab. HTTP localhost / API. Oh, was that API? Yeah, / /login, and let's pass in body some JSON. Let's pass the username as lol and the password as test. Maybe this was the password. Let me check. Yeah, that was the password. So if I go ahead and send this, okay, oh, that was a post out. I always keep forgetting this, so if I just send this, we get the token back. If I try to log in this again and again, we get the token back. But if we mess up the password like we did right now, username password is incorrect. So that's how this works. But basically we are on a very big security issue. So what's it like? If we see this, our passwords are not encrypted, they are stored as it is in this database. So there's something here. Okay, cannot send. Okay, so we messed around somewhere. This should be a way to, I don't know why it didn't cause some error, but let's try to do that. In register, let's try to do this. I will make lol 2. Okay, so this is working. Oh no, cannot set property token of null. Okay, so where's our models? Token of null. So there's something wrong. Cannot 16, line number 16. Where is line number 16? Okay, so while logging in there's some problem, but this was not an error before. Let me try this. I never found this. Oh, we need to change the password. If I send this, the token is changing each time, so why is this one giving us an error? Cannot set property token of null. User object. Oh yeah, if there is not a user, we actually need to return this. So basically now you know why we should return things. So yeah, that was a huge problem. So let's try to do this. Let's mess up the password. Yeah, so that's great. Now it won't give an error. So you see, each and every line matters, each and every word matters, like return matters and await event matters. These are very important things you should remember always. So now we have this basic setup. Now we need to change this and set the password to be encrypted, and which we will do right now. So let's go. Okay, so to encrypt the password we will just do MD5 encryption, which is too easy and which is understandable by all. So we need to install MD5. So npm install MD5. So it will get installed. We will include it in the meantime. So const MD5 is equal to require MD5. Here we go. And this is just a function and it's so easy. So first of all we will start with registration. So here we go. So after the username is checked, we will just hash the password. So const hashed, and I will just do MD5 the password plus we will just provide a salt so that the password will go more secure, and or whatever you can do. Like in this case we will just do dual MD5 so that the password is more secure, and we'll just do password plus process.env.passSalt. So what we will do, first it will join the two strings, then it will do an MD5 of it, and after that it will identify the MD5 of it. So this is a little security to your password. So I'll just copy this. We would need this in the login, and yes, we need to save this in database, so we will do hashed, and we will just go up here, login, and after we have the username and password, we will just paste this here, and we will just go ahead and save the password. So we will check the password, sorry. So it would be hash. So at this point, if we would go and try to use our usable password, it will say incorrect password because the password in the database is not hashed. So it will just create a problem for us. But if we go ahead and create a new user, so if I create a user with my name, so Atharva Deosthale is my username, test is my password, my name is Atharva Deosthale, and if I go ahead and send this, it will get registered. And if I go here and log in with that user, so now I can't type properly, and sorry, if I change this, yeah, so if I go ahead and send this, it will now work because the password was encrypted while registration, and we have the encrypted password stored in the database and not the plain password. So this is how you give security to your passwords, and no one can just, even if someone gets access to your password in the database, no one can just use it to log in. And it doesn't mean that you give password to everyone, of course. And yeah, so basically that's basic security you must have in your code, so that the password get encrypted while before they are getting stored or getting validated with the database. So this is the authentication system is pretty much done in this entire application. So before moving to the front end, we will just make the basic backend of the chat system, and we will do that in the next video because this went pretty huge video, and I don't want to just stuff everything in just one video. So in the next video we will start working with the WebSockets, and we will just make WebSockets to transfer message from here to there, and let's see what we could do in the next video. And if you just like the video, if you just find it useful, you can just subscribe to the channel, and I'll just bring this useful content towards you, not every day but every week. So we'll see you in the next video.